Stop doing oral sex. I'm serious. At least, stop doing it as foreplay. Oral isn't foreplay. It's called oral sex for a reason. And if you're starting there, you're skipping the one thing that actually gets her body ready. Today I'm going to teach you what real foreplay looks like, a technique that gives her faster arousal, stronger sensations, and longer, more intense orgasms. It works on any woman, every time, when done correctly. I call it the full body ignition. I'm Dr. Fiona Gray, and after years of working with couples on intimacy issues, I can tell you that the approach I'm about to share outperforms everything else. Not sometimes, every time, when you do it right. But first, let me break down why what you're currently doing isn't working. There are basically 3 things men default to when they think they're doing foreplay. And honestly, none of them hit the way you think they do. Going down on her. This is the big one, so let's spend some time here. You think oral is the ultimate move, the thing that shows you care about her pleasure. But here's the problem. Oral requires her to already be aroused to feel good. We're talking about vasocongestion, basically getting blood flow to the tissue before direct stimulation feels pleasurable. If she's not ready, she either feels stressed, feels very little, or she's just waiting for it to be over. I had a patient tell me once that receiving oral before she was aroused felt like someone rubbing a dry sponge. Not painful exactly, just uncomfortable and kind of numbing. That's not what you're going for. You can absolutely still do oral. It's wonderful, but it belongs later in the sequence, as a bridge to penetration, not at the beginning. Sensual touching and massage. I'm bundling these together because they have the same problem. They're too passive. Singular touches with your hands give her maybe 2% of the sensation her body actually needs to wake up. And massage? That's a relaxation technique, not an arousal technique. It signals that you're not rushing, which is nice, but it's weak as an actual method for turning her on. Mental stimulation, dirty talk, fantasies. Quick mention here because I know it's popular advice. It's inconsistent at best. Half the time, she's already in her head, and you're just driving her deeper into her thoughts. The connection between mental arousal and physical response is often poor. She might feel turned on upstairs, but her body isn't following. So, what actually works? The full body ignition. Here's the concept. You get close to her with your whole body, not just your hands, not just your mouth. Your entire body becomes one continuous point of contact. Your chest against her, your stomach against her, your arms wrapped around her, your hands always moving on her skin, your face and mouth always kissing, always caressing. And you move, you flow over her body. You're not static, you're not mechanical. You're enjoying her shapes, her curves, her skin, all the places that drive you crazy about her. Actually, let me tell you about a patient who tried this and it didn't work at first. He came back and said, I did the full body thing, but she wasn't responding. When I asked him to describe exactly what he did, he basically said he laid on top of her and stayed there, pressed against her, waiting. That's not the full body ignition. That's just lying on someone. The key word is flow. You're holding her, but it's a moving hold, a flowing hold. Your hands are giving her strong, intentional touch while your body presses into her. Your mouth is exploring her neck, her shoulders, her ears. You're not parked in one position. You're drowning in her. And this is what makes it so powerful. There's massive contact happening all at once. Instead of isolated touches that give her tiny fragments of sensation, her entire body is receiving input simultaneously. It's like one giant hand covering her whole body at the same time. She feels desired. When you flow over her curves, when you clearly enjoy her body, she feels sexy. She feels wanted. That's a massive turn-on that no technique can manufacture. There's deep intimacy happening. Because of how close you are, body pressed to body, she feels held and loved. At the same time, she's feeling all these intense physical sensations. That combination is what I call the arousal cocktail. She feels your presence, your energy, the way you're handling her. That's incredibly arousing in a way that isolated techniques can't replicate. You're awakening her actual body, not tricking her mind, not hoping she'll get turned on from fantasy. You're directly stimulating her physical form, creating what we call peripheral arousal. And that real aliveness in her body is what facilitates genital sensation and orgasms later. And critically, she feels that you're enjoying it. She doesn't feel like she's a chore. She doesn't feel like you're running through a checklist. She feels you in it with her. That alone opens up arousal pathways that nothing else can access. There's no other foreplay approach that combines all of these elements at once. Now, you might be thinking, that's it? Just flow over her body? In a way, yes, but don't mistake simplicity for lack of skill. The full body ignition actually bundles multiple techniques together. You need good sexual touch with your hands. Not weak brushing or hard grabbing, but confident, intentional contact. You need good erotic kissing on her body, not annoying little pecks, but real mouth-on-skin presence. You need awareness of her breasts and sensitive areas because they'll be involved constantly in this flow. Even your whole body contact, how you hold her, how much weight you give her, that's a skill. The right pressure, the right pace, movement that doesn't feel clunky or awkward. You're using all of these techniques, but not one by one. That's what makes them weak when done separately. You're using them all at the same time in one continuous experience. And here's the thing, once you get good at this, it can take just a few minutes to fully arouse her. I've worked with women who thought they needed extensive buildup to feel anything. With this approach, they cut that time dramatically. I've worked with women who struggled to enjoy intimacy at all, and this changed everything for them. Now, before I show you the positions and variations, I want to mention something important. When you eventually do move to oral, and you should because oral done well is incredible for her, you want to make sure you're not making the common mistakes that kill the experience. I've put together a free guide called Elevating Oral Intimacy, 10 Mistakes that Create Disconnect. It covers everything from setting the right emotional tone to reading her verbal and nonverbal cues, to avoiding performative behaviors that feel fake, to understanding her sensitivity zones with real awareness. This isn't about technique for technique's sake. It's about becoming more present, more attuned, more emotionally intelligent as a partner, the kind who creates safety and connection naturally. The link is in the description. It's free. Download it. Okay, back to the full body ignition. Let's talk positions. You can do this from the front, on top of her while she's lying down. Support yourself so you're not crushing her, but your body stays in full contact as you move and flow. From behind works beautifully. Her lying face down, you on top, flowing over her back, her neck, her sides, very intimate. On your sides, holding each other, bodies intertwined, moving together. This one builds slowly. Standing is powerful for spontaneous moments, great for undressing her while arousing her at the same time. Spooning, your chest against her back, your hands free to explore, your mouth on her neck and shoulders. Each position creates a different experience, and within each, there are variations. Some women need it stronger and more passionate. Some need slower and more tender. Many need both, just on different days. The core technique stays the same. You're adjusting intensity and position based on what she needs in that moment. One crucial warning. Don't find one approach that works and repeat it forever. That's like playing her favorite song on loop until she can't stand it. Variety matters for arousal. The beauty of the full body ignition is that variation is built in. Done well, this becomes your reliable way to connect with her on any day. And that shapes everything: her responsiveness, her ability to orgasm, how often she actually wants intimacy. This is the foundation. Everything else builds on it. Try it tonight. Start with your whole body, not your hands, not your mouth alone. Flow, move, enjoy her. Let her feel how much you want her. And when you're ready to take things further, grab that free guide, link below. I'm Dr. Fiona Gray. I'll see you in the next one.